It seems like these bootlegs go out of their way to show how little respect they have for black people with stunts like this. Hip Hop Task Force, more like a hip hop tax farce. Coming to paperback and e-readers, Isis Dark Incubus. The goddess next door gets enthralled in a romantic entanglement with an evil incubus in this all-new Isis series adventure. Pre-order your copy of Isis Dark Incubus at Amazon.com and other online booksellers everywhere. A coalition of Democrats have announced that they are going to create a hip-hop task force. Now, this hip-hop task force that was announced by Jamal Bowman is supposed to tackle racial inequity and deal with some of the most pressing issues of black and brown Americans. And that was one of the first red flags for me as related to this announcement by Jamal Bowman, and it really showed me how disingenuous that Jamal Bowman and his associates in Congress are as related to black voters. Now, according to Jamal Bowman, he says that this hip-hop task force will use hip-hop's messaging of building a more equitable society to help spearhead initiatives to address economic equality and affordable housing and racial justice imperatives. Now, that big bowl of word salad basically shows me that Jamal Bowman is completely full of it, and that this hip-hop task force is just another false alarm from Jamal Bowman. And this false alarm is one that is designed to get the attention of foundational black Americans as related to making them believe that they are really serious about providing anything tangible to us, when in actuality they have no interest in providing anything tangible for the black vote at all. And that is basically shown to me by the announcement of this hip-hop task force dealing with the issues of black and brown Americans, because why can't a black congressman from the Bronx provide something tangible for foundational black Americans by themselves? Critical question I gotta ask Jamal Bowman about his hip-hop task force, because this hip-hop task force basically can't provide anything tangible for foundational black Americans at all, even though it was black people who created hip-hop in the 70s and rap in the 70s, and this whole plan to create a task force to go out here and deal with black issues by using hip-hop's messaging is just another trick to try to get black people to take their booties to the poll, just like they did with that ad with the strippers in the 2020 election. And it looks like to me this is possibly what they had Joe Biden's people come out to Hollywood during the Grammys to do, to recruit these entertainers. And what they want to do is try to deceive a lot of black people with this hip-hop task force by recruiting these rappers to get in front of our issues and hope to use their celebrity presence to try to spellbind all of these black people into believing that the Blue Party really cares about black people and is looking to address our issues. And if the whole thing with this whole plan is, again, this is about trying to get black people to follow behind this party instead of doing what many in new black media are trying to do, get us to start creating our agenda. And as we create our agenda, we are the ones who are going to be picking the candidates, and we are the ones going to be picking the policies that are going to be represented by us and be the leaders as related to our agenda, and not deal with these hand-picked shills that Jamal Bowman wants to put in front of us, and not have to deal with somebody who's trying to be our leader that we didn't pick. What Jamal Bowman basically is doing is the same thing that Ice Cube tried to do back in 2020 when he came out here with his disingenuous contract with Black America And what Ice Cube was looking to do was he was looking to use his celebrity to spellbind and mesmerize black people into believing that he was concerned about their best interests, when in actuality all he wanted to do was get in front of black people and get in front of our interests. And as he got in front of our interests, he would go out here and make deals for himself, but black people would not get anything tangible at all. And that's what's being done here on the left with this hip hop task force. Here are more of these rappers being recruited to go out here and be a tool to go out here and do the dirty work as related to the Blue Party of getting in front of black people and getting in front of black people without providing them anything tangible at all. So what we have here with the hip hop task force is just a bunch of buffer Negroes being set up. And this task force is not about providing anything tangible to address our issues. No, it's about making and maintaining the status quo, where all of that money for earmarks and other government programs will go to that same handful of individuals, and these entertainers will get broken off for going out here and being a part of these campaigns. And what they want to do is go out here and talk a big bowl of word salad by saying things like hip hop has always been about ending poverty in America, fully funding our public schools, and always been about justice and reform and police reform, which is again a complete bowl of bullshit. And it's a bowl of bullshit because many of these rappers basically made their money on promoting drugs and crime all throughout the last 30 years. And they made their money by going out here and romanticizing and glamorizing crime and violence. So these individuals aren't really about going out and looking to provide anything tangible to black people, because they get all of their money from the media arm of white supremacy. And the media arm of white supremacy is not about promoting black empowerment. No, it's all about promoting black stereotypes. So when I listen to Jamal Bowman sitting here talking about how hip hop was about ending poverty in America, I know he's full of it, because I know that rap originally again started in the South Bronx. It was about rhythm and poetry. It was about empowering black people and educating black people, but it wasn't about any of these things that he was talking about. And he then further goes on to talk about Black Lives Matter, an organization that lost all credibility. And when he started talking about Black Lives Matter, I know he's completely full of it, because Black Lives Matter was an organization that was designed, again, to make a group of black women rich by stepping on the caskets of dead black men on their way to their mansion. And that whole organization has basically been proven as not credible at all, the same way this hip hop task force is not credible at all. And it's again another group of individuals looking to get in front of us. And we cannot be passive and let these people use their celebrity to mesmerize and spellbind us and then start talking for us. No, all of us in the black grassroots have to keep speaking out. And we have to understand that when it comes to guys like Jamal Bowman and their hip hop task force, this is not something from the grassroots. As Professor Black Truth has said in many of his videos, this is another big case of AstroTurf, and this artificial carpet that has been placed on the ground is not about a black agenda. It's not about getting black people any tangibles. No, it's a bunch of millionaire entertainers who are being recruited to go out here and talk about how they want to participate in providing some help for black people as related to political issues, when in actuality they're just being there to just fatten their pockets as related to the blood money they've received over the years. And this is about them getting more blood money from black people and not providing us with anything tangible at all. Because many of these hip-hop types, they have never gone out here and provided support for black people. as related to providing them jobs, as related to providing them housing, and they didn't need the help of the government to ever do any of this. No, they could have done this over 30 to 50 years ago, but many of those folks didn't want to do that. No, they just wanted to continue getting all of the money from all of the black people as related to their music, but they didn't want to go out here and put some brothers on sisters to work, nor did they want to go out here and support us getting tangibles as related to improving the quality of our lives. No, they didn't want to give us anything tangible to help improve the quality of their lives back in the 80s and the 90s, and they don't want to provide us with anything tangible right now. And we have to understand what's being done here is not to our benefit. Now, you'll have guys out here talking about how this hip hop task force is about creating this rap act, which would limit the admissibility of an artist or a creative artist expression as related to them confessing to crimes. And again, how is that a tangible that's going to help foundational black Americans? Here you have a law being proposed to protect rappers who were drug dealers, who sold poison to our own people, people who were part of gangs, which were part of the social enforcement arm of white supremacy, and they would go out here and admit to murders and confess to murders, and they want to get a law that would prevent these lyrics that they openly are confessing to crimes from being admitted in court to keep them from going to jail. Again, that's not a tangible that's going to help black people at all, the everyday brother and sister on the street. No, that's a piece of legislation designed to help out all of these people who are tormenting the black community, like these drill rappers and trap house rappers and other rappers. But how is that going to help the average foundational black American? Again, critical question I would like to ask guys like Jamal Bowman and Hank Johnson with their hip-hop task force. I mean, you're sitting there talking about this hip-hop task force helping black people, but I don't see this hip-hop task force at helping any black people, because if I start to ask that hip-hop task force about things that are tangible to black people, like reparations and eliminating qualified immunity, we will hear a completely different story from Jamal Bowman as related to this whole hip-hop task force. And again, the hip-hop task force basically comes across as absolutely ridiculous, because the hip-hop task force really is just one big distraction, and it's a distraction to, again, get in front of us as related to our issues, and designed to get in front of us and our issues, and prevent us from being able to talk about our issues as related to these issues being dealt with as related to legislation. And this whole thing gets even more ridiculous when you hear Bowman talking about Megan Thee Stallion and Eminem, the guy that white supremacy wants to push as the hip-hop version of Elvis, to steal the whole rap genre away from black people. I mean, this whole statement as related to this hip-hop task force shows us how completely full of it Jamal Bowman is, and it's just another false alarm from a guy who pulled a false alarm to keep people from voting, to prevent our government from shutting down. And what he wants to do is shut down the momentum that new black media has built over the last 10 to 15 years, demanding tangibles for our votes and making sure that we get out here and get something tangible for our votes. And this hip-hop task farce is designed to distract us, because they know that there's a lot of dumb people out here who get caught up in celebrities like Ice Cube and Kanye West. And I had to deal with that way back in 2020 when I tried to warn people about Ice Cube and how what he was looking to do was get in front of our issues, and sadly many people just got so angry about me criticizing this celebrity that I had to take that video down, because these people just could not understand that these celebrities are not interested in our best interest. They are not interested in empowering us. No, these hip-hop celebrities basically made all of their money in blood on black people, promoting these messages of violence, crime, and death in the gangsta rap. But you got guys like Jamal Bowman who want to make these guys a task force to tackle racial inequity, when they basically benefited from keeping black people oppressed. And he's going to tell us that these people are all about going out here and providing us with tangibles. No, you're being played as related to this. And again, this is where black people have to start standing up as black men and women and saying that when it comes to our tangibles, none of these celebrities are going to speak for us. None of these task force are going to speak for us. We, the people, are going to speak for ourselves, and we, the people, are going to speak on our agenda. We are going to put our demands up first, and we are not going to let somebody speak for us and tell us that we need this black-brown coalition crap being put in front of us once again. Again, here we have a black congressperson who is not offering anything tangible for black people specifically. And if you're not offering anything tangible for black people specifically, then we don't have to listen to anything you have to say or vote for you as related to you representing us. Because if you're not about bringing tangibles to black people, then these empty gestures show us that you just don't deserve our vote. Now, if you want to pick up some of my positive black fiction on the SJS Direct imprint, you can find all of those books in the ISIS series, the Steam series, the John Haynes series, the books of the Spinsterella trilogy, my black sorority novel, The Thetas, or my black vampire novel, Eternal Night. You can find all of those books along with my men's issues books on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find them at other online booksellers like Smashwords, the iBookstore, Google Play, and Barnes & Noble. And if you'd like to see me make more videos like this, you can send a donation to the Patreon, the PayPal, or the Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Coming to paperback and e-readers, John Haynes, Illuminati. The man who rules the world takes on the head of the global elite in this action-packed, all-new John Haynes series adventure. Pre-order your copy of John Haynes, Illuminati on Amazon.com and online booksellers everywhere. Support black-owned and black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.